guys, welcome back to me talking about the one and only thing we all love, money. In today's video, I want to answer your burning questions about dropshipping and also share some tips that can help you make plus or minus $4,000 every single month selling products online in South Africa or abroad. But before you dive right in, please don't forget to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Time is money and I don't want to waste yours, so let's get started. If you don't know what dropshipping is, I suggest you check out this video, but essentially it's when you're selling products you don't own. You find products posted by suppliers, you build your store as the middleman, add your markup, market the product and get sales. That's just it. And when customers buy from your store, you place the order with the supplier and the supplier ships the product to the customer. But it's not as easy as it sounds. In fact, no business is easy. So I asked you to ask me any questions regarding dropshipping, especially in South Africa. That way I can try to be as helpful as I can. How to find suppliers in South Africa? Number one, Kalaska. This platform is perfect if you want to dropship anything other than clothes. They are free and the shipping times are within 3 to 5 days around Johannesburg and 5 to 7 days outside Johannesburg. Number two, Planet 54. This is probably one of the biggest dropshipping platforms in South Africa. They have a wide range of products, almost like AliExpress but smaller. The shipping times are within 5 to 7 days and up to 15 days if the products are on sale. With this platform, you can dropship in two ways. The first option is reselling, which you can start even today without a website. Maybe you've seen those people who post products on WhatsApp or Instagram with prices. When they get orders, most of them, they place their orders with websites like this one and they take the profit. This is the easiest way to get into the e-commerce business, but it's not scalable. In order to scale, you will probably need a professional website and maybe some paid ads to reach a much larger audience. The downside of reselling instead of normal dropshipping is that it's a business partnership between you and the company like Planet 54, for example. So they may include their branding in your clients or your customers' products, which shouldn't be a problem for people or for customers who only care about the product. But some people who are observant may end up knowing where you get your product from, and you don't want that because they may end up buying directly from Planet 54 or any other similar platform. The second option is by creating your online store, maybe with Shopify, and still source products from Planet 54. This is far more profitable and there won't be any branding or traces of where the products came from. Number three, Dropstore. This is another great platform where you can find suppliers in South Africa, but it can be a bit pricey depending on where you are financially. And that's because most suppliers on this platform get their products from other suppliers or from other platforms like Planet 54 and the likes. But new dropshippers don't know this. So that's why when I find a product I really like from Dropstore, I always check other platforms as well, because I know that there's a high chance that the supplier is just a random person like me who hold no inventory, but they are getting their products elsewhere within South Africa, which is why I check other platforms as well. Number four, the scents. This platform is perfect for people who want to dropship anything scents related, perfume, skincare, hair care, candles, etc. And they ship within 2 to 3 days, and they also charge an additional of $90 for shipping. Number five, the Gadget guys. The name is explanatory. They deal with gadgets. If you want to dropship phones or any kind of gadgets, you should check Gadget guys. Number six and seven. Can you hear that, guys? The neighbor is drilling. I'm sorry about that, but I'm not about to stop. Number 6 and 7, Shopstar and WillTrend. These are other platforms where you can find suppliers, but I'm not going to go into details because we have other important questions. However, I will list all the suppliers or platforms where you can find suppliers down below. What are the best products to sell or how to find product to sell? This is a broad question because it depends on so many things, including seasons. But what I've noticed is South Africans love fashion, gadgets, especially men or teenagers, and even weight loss products. But in order to be able to really find out what people want, you need to be a social media consumer to a certain degree. Some people look down on Facebook as a platform, but as a dropshipper, Facebook should be your friend because that's where you find real people who can be potentially your customers. Join Facebook groups and see what they're talking about. One of the groups that I'm in is a group for new moms. That time I don't even have a child, But this one time I saw a recurring question where moms of all colors were constantly asking about this special or specific device that tracks the baby sleep, breathing, and also like you can see the child from the other room. So it's like a portable CCTV. When parents wake up at night, they can see that okay, the child is there. They can hear that okay, the child is still breathing without having to leave their bedroom. How I saw a potential on this product was actually because of the mom who posted the product recommending it to other moms. But the comment section was filled with people saying the product is sold out, they can't find it on Take a Lot where the other mom had bought it. And I was like, if I could find this product, there is no way I'm not gonna get sales, maybe like 10 sales just from this group alone. And that's what I did. I found the product and created ads, did not only target this group, but overall I ended up making about 500 sales from just that product. So you see, there is no formula. You just have to look everywhere and pay attention to what people are saying, bad or good comments. Of course, you will never know 100% if it's a good product to sell or not, which is why there is what we call product testing, where you create ads to test a product. Do you need capital to start? Yes and no. If you're going to dropship through a reseller program, for example, and you are selling to your existing audience, you don't need money for marketing, you don't need money for a store. It's possible. You can also have an online store, maybe with a platform like S-Suite Free Plan, where you actually have a store but you're not paying anything. So it is possible to sell or to start dropshipping without any money, but you won't make a lot of money because you are only selling to a specific audience, the audience that you already know, maybe your friends of friends, your WhatsApp people, your Facebook people, or your Instagram people. But if you are paying for ads, maybe Facebook ads, now we are reaching a larger audience, so that means there is a higher chance of you getting more sales and more money. What is the rough estimate, or how much do you need to set up a store? Your store must have specific features like payment gateways, etc. And I recommend Shopify. Even though you have to pay around 530 rands every single month, I think it's worth it. Simply because Shopify has so many even free apps that you can install or integrate into your store, and it can make your life or your dropshipping life much easier. You can literally automate almost everything with just installing apps. Secondly, the Shopify community is huge. You can find answers to all your questions on Google or YouTube, because this platform is not only used in South Africa but worldwide. So I think you need around 600 rands to start your store. Of course, there are options or much cheaper options around 400, 339. But for me, I like the fact that if I have any problem or I can't solve something on my Shopify store, I can literally find answers on Google, on YouTube within minutes, because so many people are using this platform. The other cheaper options may be great, but maybe they won't allow you to add so many apps to automate everything, or maybe they can allow you to do that, but if you have a problem, you have to ask the company directly, and maybe they won't reply for 7 days or whatever. So it's not like easy to find answers to your problems. Do you need money to advertise your product, and how much? You can do free advertising, but anything free is limiting. I do not count getting sales from friends and family as having a successful store. You need to find customers outside your circle, outside your friend circle. And the only way to do that is by paying for advertising. Personally, I'd say start with 1,000 rands and work your way up. And when creating ads or an ad, especially on a budget, please be strategic and target the right audience. If you are selling a gadget, for example, maybe a smartwatch, you can choose to show your ad to both men and women in all provinces. And yes, they may see the ad, but if you think about it, who's most likely to buy that particular product? Anyone, right? If you're being honest though, there is a higher chance that men will buy such a product. So why not save your money by just showing that ad only to men? Because you don't have a big budget. You are trying to save here, and you're trying to target the right audience as much as possible. On Facebook, for example, if you spend 220 rands on an ad, that ad can get you maybe like 1,000 impressions. And that means if you spend 220 rands on one ad, 1,000 people will see that ad, and hopefully maybe 10% of that can buy the product. sometimes no one will buy, but it's just an estimate. So there is no set amount. You can start with the minimum offered by Facebook and increase as you get more money, because one thing I can tell you, the more money you spend on ads, the more sales you will get. I mean, there are other factors, but more money on ads, more sales. How to start dropshipping without a store. Like I said before, you can use your WhatsApp, your Facebook page, your personal page, or even your personal Instagram. But if you're gonna use this method, you'll have to manually process all the orders. Like you'll have to place each order with your supplier, because you cannot give your customers the link to the product, because then they will see the original price. Remember, you have added your markup, so you don't want them to see the original price of the product. That's why you'll have to manually process the orders, because you also can't use apps that automate everything since you don't have a website. So if you are really broke and you cannot afford to pay for a website, yes, you can start without a website, but as soon as you make some money, please invest in a professional website. Am I supposed to pay tax? Yes, you have to pay tax in South Africa, but I can't really advise you on this because I'm not a tax professional. Instead, I will leave all the links down below where you can go and read more who's eligible to pay tax, the threshold and everything, or how much you have to pay. But yes, please make sure that you pay your taxes. Do I need to register a business before starting? No, you don't. You can start selling without any business as long as you're paying your taxes. That should be fine. And then maybe when you start making a lot of money, you can start thinking about operating under a business, because then you can also claim back some taxes if you can prove that, okay, you use this amount of money for this and this and it's for your business. Organic versus inorganic advertising, please touch on that. I'm not sure what you're actually trying to ask, but if by inorganic advertising you mean paid ads, I'd say go for it if you have the money. Organic works, but it takes time. And I feel like some people won't buy, or they don't buy your product just because it's you who's selling the product. Like they just feel like they are making you rich and they want to support you. But the moment they see the same product that you are selling on an influencer or being advertised by an influencer, suddenly they want the product. So don't shy away from paid ads because you feel like it's inauthentic. No, it's called business. Because some people, I'm telling you, some people literally not buy just because it's you who's selling the product. And when you're all team organic, but you're not making money because people don't want to support you. Be inorganic if you have to, but your products will sell. The only time I wouldn't advise paid advertising or inorganic advertising is if you are paying for ads to increase your subscribers or your views or your Instagram followers or TikTok. No, don't do that because it will backfire. How can I market products in a way that clients will like without having the product on me? There are two ways to go about this. If you are selling to people who are on social media, creating a good ad is all it takes. But if you are selling maybe in your community, or you're selling some Tupperware stuff to Mambo in your area and they don't believe you, or people are even like on social media, but the older generation who don't really understand how social media works and they don't believe that what they see on social media they can actually get. If you're selling to such an audience, then in such a case, I think you have to go ahead and order a sample product, create content with it, either show maybe your hands, like they can see that it's a real person, or even show your face if you have to, maybe if you're gonna post on your WhatsApp, because even though the older generation may not really understand social media, almost everyone has WhatsApp. If that's the audience you are targeting, maybe you just want to sell in your small town or in your community. But if you don't have the money to even order a sample product and people keep asking for the real product, I'd say stay away from such products that require you to prove that it's actually a real product. Or even better, stay away from the audience that want you to constantly prove that you have the product. There are so many people who don't need you to prove that it's a real product. Like if you buy from Take a Lot, do you call them or do you text them and say, can you please prove, can you show me a video of the product? No. So just stay away from the audience that wants you to constantly prove that you actually have the product. If they don't trust you, there are so many other people who will trust you as long as your ad is high quality. Even if you're using the same ad from the supplier, as long as it shows the product or what the product does and everything is clear, that should be enough. Please touch on Facebook ads. I haven't mastered this. Facebook ads are more than just clicking and choosing specifications. There are so many videos that are showing how to create an ad from start to finish, yet there are dropshippers who are not making sales even though they know how to create an ad That's because throwing in money into an ad doesn't guarantee anything. You need to know not only how to create an ad, but also understand how Facebook ads work. Take a course if you have to, or pay someone to create and manage your Facebook campaigns. More than anything, you need to analyze your data. Do people click your ads? If they do they add the product to cart? At what point do they drop off? All this information is important, and you won't be able to analyze or to read it and understand if you don't invest in Facebook ads knowledge. So it's very important to know all these things, because you may find that people actually like your ad, they click, but when they get to cart or add to cart, they can't check out, because when they get to the checkout page, maybe something is not clear, or the payment gateways that you're offering, let's say maybe you're only offering PayPal, but you're offering PayPal to a South African audience. There are so many South Africans who don't even know how PayPal works. Some may actually prefer PayPal over a credit card or debit card because they feel safe, but you're only offering these two options and not PayPal. So all those things, when you create an ad, it's not about you trying to push the ad to people or for people to see the ad, but when you create an ad, you must have an end goal, and the end goal is to convert to sales. Sorry about the quality change. I had to change phones. I'm now using my old phone because my other phone got full thanks to the neighbor who was and still is constantly drilling, and I had to pause in between. Now there's also another truck this side making noise. You know what, guys, I'm just so stressed right now, but I want to finish this video, so let's just get back to the video. The next question is how to get sales without social media or without having a large following. You don't need a social media following to make sales as a dropshipper. I have 60,000 plus subscribers here on YouTube and about 10,000 followers on Instagram. But does any of you know any of the products I sell or any of my stores? Not a single person. Okay, maybe my friends, some of my friends, they do know, but like no one outside know the exact product I sell. Some people don't even know that I actually do drop shipping, and that's because it doesn't matter. I used paid advertising for my stores. Maybe some of you have bought some stuff and I didn't even know, or you didn't even know that you are buying from my stores. So this just proves that you don't need to have a social media following. Of course, I could use my subscribers or my following to sell my products or to market my products, and that will be for free. I wouldn't have to pay anything. But dropshipping is such a competitive business. That's why most dropshippers, myself included, we never disclose our stores, because the moment you disclose your stores and people know the exact product you're selling, they start copying the same product, and then your sales go down and down. When you start dropshipping, make sure that not a lot of people know the exact product you're selling or your store, because they'll start copying your products without doing any research. People are so lazy, they just see a product, and then, especially if they already know you guys already know how much research I do even with my normal content. So obviously, if you know the product I'm selling, you would know that I've done the research already, and all you have to do is copy and paste. And what does that do to my business? I end up getting less sales. So my point is, you can succeed in dropshipping without any social media following. The only time you need an audience is if maybe you are doing e-commerce the traditional way. Maybe you have like an inventory and you package your products and you want people to know about your brand, then it makes sense. But as a dropshipper, you don't even have a brand. You can have a brand, obviously, but it doesn't matter. People don't really need to know the face behind, because your main goal is for you to make sales and make money. How do people find your store? Where do you advertise it? People find your store through paid advertising, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, etc. You could advertise to people that you know, but I'm guessing you're asking about people who don't know about you. That's how they find your store, through paid advertising. Can you get a lot of sales using influencer marketing? Yes and no. People are most likely to buy a product that is advertised by someone they already know, someone they already trust, especially if the product aligns with the influencer's brand. But from my experience, you are most likely to get a spike in sales only during the campaign or around the time of the campaign, because after that you won't be getting any sales from the influence, unless maybe if you have an affiliate link. And some influencers, especially small creators, they can still continue to promote your products even if you're no longer paying them, simply because they are getting a portion from it. But this is very rare. If you are starting out and you have to choose between one or the other, I'd say go with paid Facebook marketing over influencer marketing. because you'll get a true reflection of your product. Because when you're using influencers, you are not sure if people are buying because of your product or they are buying because they like the influencer. Getting a spike in sales when an influencer posts your products is really nice and encouraging, especially for small businesses. But it doesn't tell you much about the product. You don't know if it's a winning product. So the only way to find out if you should scale or if the product is scalable is by using social media ads. That way, if you are able to secure or convert impressions into sales without any face attached, there is a chance that that is a winning product. How do you approach a store or a brand you want to sell on? You don't approach anyone. You don't have to. If you maybe you're gonna build your website with Shopify, they already know. They design their platform for people, for e-commerce people. You can join if you want to be a dropshipper. You can build a store if you want to be e-commerce store where like you have a brand and people know about your brand. But you don't have to send an email and say, I want to be a dropshipper. No, you just join, you build a store and you add whatever you need as a dropshipper. You add the apps you need for dropshipping. The same thing applies to suppliers. Those suppliers that I mentioned, they already know they are dealing with dropshippers. They were designed for dropshippers. So when you join and click dropshipping and you join as a dropshipper, you'll find suppliers there. So there's no, hey, I'm a dropshipper, I want to build a store here. No. Do I need any documents to dropship? No, you don't. You can start dropshipping today. You can go to bed tonight with your store up and running. Anyone can join dropshipping, even if you are 14 years old. As long as you have a bank card or you can use your parents' bank card, you can start dropshipping today. If I'm based in South Africa, should I use ZAR or USD for my store? It's not about where you are based, but who you are selling to. If you are selling to South Africans, I suggest you use ZAR, because some people, when they see a product that they like and then they see everything is in dollars, first of all, you are making it hard for them. They still have to convert to see how much it is in South African rand. Some may even assume that you are an international brand, meaning they may have to pay custom fees, they may have to wait weeks for the shipping. You are just complicating stuff for yourself and potentially losing customers. Just use ZAR if you are selling to South Africans. How to create an online shop? I'm struggling on that. Listen, there are tons of videos here on YouTube showing you how to build a basic store step by step with basic features. So please watch those videos, because if you have watched those videos and you still don't know how to create a store, how to build a store, then I don't know how to help you. Those videos are very detailed and they have everything you need to build a store. If you are lazy, because I know sometimes those videos are like 1 hour, 2 hours, then pay someone to build a store for you. But I wouldn't suggest this, especially if you're a beginner and you don't have money. But if you have the money and you don't have the time, go ahead and pay someone. Where can you find data on some of the best selling products? You can't. That's the truth. Because even if you see blog posts that show you 30 winning products or the best selling products, by the time they post, everyone knows about those products now and they're saturated. So the only way to really find out is by testing, product testing, creating ads, sometimes losing money. That's just how it works. How do payment gateways and shipping work? Let's start with payment gateways. Different platforms like Dropstore, Shopify, etc. offer different payment gateways that you can just choose or pick, drag and drop, take, fill some information, and you have them there. You don't necessarily have to email PayPal or pay fast and be like, hey, I'm a dropshipper, can I use your whatever? No. Everything is there and you can just tick or fill some information or drag and drop. It's simple like that. When it comes to shipping, the supplier handles everything. Remember, when you place orders with your supplier, you are using the customer's information, address, everything. So the supplier has all the information they need and they will just send the order to the customer. You just need to know, obviously, their shipping policy or return policy, etc. But you don't do anything related to shipping. The supplier handles everything. Is Alibaba good for dropshipping, and how do you connect it with Shopify? Personally, I wouldn't recommend dropshipping using Alibaba, because suppliers, they usually ask or usually have a minimum order quantity. But if you want to sell products, you want to order inventory, like your own business and package and everything, then you can order from there. Do I need to open a business account to receive payments from customers? I suggest that you just have 2 separate accounts for your dropshipping business and your normal everyday account. That way you can really separate the two, but you don't have to go and choose business account. For example, PayPal, you can have personal PayPal or business PayPal, but you pay more charges with business PayPal. As a beginner, you don't want to be paying high charges just because you chose business and you are not even making money yet. So there is no need, I think there is no need to choose business, especially if you are not making a lot of money yet. How to market your product to an international audience. The nice thing about dropshipping is you can sell anything anywhere, no matter where you are based. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should by the way, because I post a lot more there, you may know that a couple of weeks ago I posted a screenshot of my friend who made about $5,000 selling period panties, and I'm disclosing the product because she doesn't mind. Plus, it's not like if you sell the same product you get the same result, because number one, she used her blog to market the product. She didn't pay for ads, but she was writing a post, or she wrote a post about something that made sense for her to plug her product, and that's how she made money over time. But coming back to your question, you can still use Facebook ads. Remember, with Facebook ads or paid advertising, you get to choose where you want your ads to show. You can be in South Africa, but you can choose that your ads must show in America, even a specific city. You can do that with paid ads. I sell stuff in different countries, New Zealand, US, Canada. So really, you are not limited. You just need to understand how Facebook ads or Instagram ads work. You can also use influencers, but I wouldn't advise this, especially if they're outside South Africa, because you really don't know them and you can't really easily verify if they have followers because they have influence, or if they bought the followers. In South Africa, you may not know the person, but I feel like it's much easier to see if someone actually has followers because they have influence, or they just maybe bought the followers or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like it's much easier to really verify that. But with other people that you don't know, it's really hard to verify. How to get a niche, or how do I decide what to sell? Follow trends. Obviously not blind. You must still do research, but give people what they want. For example, right now it's almost summer, and there's this trend whereby people are saying skirts should be the size of the belt. It looks like ladies want to show more skin this summer. Find product that you think people are gonna like. No one wants to carry a big bag in summer. Find shoulder bags to sell. Just follow trends. I don't have a niche. I sell based on demand, and I have multiple stores because obviously sometimes you can't really have two completely different products under one store. But that's not a problem, because Shopify, for example, you can have as many stores as you want as long as you're paying for it, and all the stores can be under one account. How are returns handled? You need to know your supplier's return policy. Do they accept returns? If they do, does the customer have to pay the shipping? All these things you must know before you list a product. You should create your own return policy based or incorporating your supplier's policy, because if your supplier say they don't take returns for this product, and then on your store you say you take returns, where are they supposed to ship the product to? Because remember, they're supposed to ship the product to the supplier, not you. But if they send it to the supplier, even if they receive the product, they're not gonna do anything. They won't refund the customer or send a new product, because they clearly specified in their policy that they do not take returns. So that's how returns are handled. You really need to make sure, especially if you are selling multiple products from different suppliers, you can't have one policy. You have to specify under each product if returns are allowed. If your supplier doesn't offer returns, but you really like the product and you couldn't find it anywhere else, you really want to work with this supplier, you can still work with the supplier, but just specify maybe under your checkout page that for this product, no returns are available or allowed. People just don't want surprises. They want clarity. So if you clarify, we are good to go. Realistically, how many hours of work does one have to put in for optimum results? I won't lie to you, dropshipping is a lot of work. It's easy to start but hard to maintain. You have to constantly monitor trends, find products, test products, etc. I would say if you have a 9 to 5, maybe 1 to 3 hours, but nothing less than 1 hour. If you have more time, obviously you can put more, but you will have to make a lot of sacrifices. You might have to work late, or you might have to work early in the morning. If you want to have a successful business, you need to put in the work, and sometimes even working hard is not enough. It doesn't guarantee success, but you need to keep at it. Will one need to actively advertise to make sales? Unfortunately, yes. You have to advertise, and you can't stop if you want sales. Shopify, for example, has been in business Lord knows how many years, yet you still find their ads on newspapers, TV, or even radio. That's just how e-commerce business work. If you stop advertising, you stop getting sales, unless of course you have a personal brand. But even then, you still need to actively advertise. Look at Bonang, for example. She is Bonang. She doesn't have to advertise or constantly post her alcohol or her champagne, but she does that because she understands that if she doesn't, people will forget, people won't buy. So you have to constantly either pay for ads, or if you're using free marketing, you still need to constantly post on your statuses on WhatsApp or Instagram, but you can't stop and hope for sales. Is it possible to dropship in other African countries like Nigeria and Cameroon? Yes, you can dropship anywhere. Just make sure that the payment gateways that you're offering are available in that country. I think I've answered every question asked. If I didn't read out your question, that's because it's similar to other questions. But if you feel like you have other questions or something else that you need clarity on, comment down below. I'm going to try to reply as soon as I can.